Shalom, shalom, Kol Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakradash. Double honors to the elders and to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways, risking their lives and their freedom to seal the 144,000 elect. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you Akim and you Akwaf, they be known as the speckled birds, the Israelite foreigners, because your forefathers mingled with the heathen nations. And a strong shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Okay, this is your brother, Amath Ya'ayz from Yahweh, Amath Ya'ayz from Yahweh, coming at y'all with the lesson for Mr. No Class Malone. I got various precepts. I want you to break these down for me, Mr. Bible Thumper, since you know everything, you know, since you got the answers to the Bible and us Israelites don't. I want you to tell me what these precepts mean, okay? And I don't want you to go off your own vain opinion. I don't want you to use the nigger woman to verify anything. I want you to use the Bible and history, okay? But mainly the Bible, okay? All right? Since you know everything and we don't know nothing. And I'm out here in the neighborhood. I figure I'll come to the park, you know, just do this lesson. Maybe we might get a few brothers that walk by and, you know, want to get edified. But let's go ahead and get to it, man. I want to come because Vacob tries to make it seem like the Bible's for everybody when it's not. There are various precepts and numerous stories that state that the Bible is only for the Israelites. So I'm going to bring out a few precepts that's going to certify my point, and then we're going to get into the lesson deeper. Okay, let's go to Amos. Y'all should know these, man. Y'all should know these precepts, man. Y'all should know these by heart, man. Let's go to Amos chapter 3, and we're going to start at verse 1 and we're going to end at verse 2. Hear this word that Yahweh the power have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Okay? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is very, very blunt and very clear about, you know, what is stated, you know, and what he wants, you know, and it only gets to the to right now the hopeful elect and the prophets. And matter of fact, I was already there. Might as well go ahead and, you know, say it anyway. Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his prophets. And that's just like the same chapter that I just read out of Amos 3, verses 1 and 2. He only stated that he knows Israel. So the Holy Bible, which is our history, our law, statutes, and commandments, you know, it's only given to us, man. No other nation, man. He already stated that, man. Okay, so let's go to Psalms real quick. Psalms chapter 78, I believe. Psalms chapter 78. Yep. And this is verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children. Come on, man. A person with Down syndrome, a person that's remedial and that has a learning disability can understand this, man. Okay? Mr. No Class, Mr. No Class won't leave the Israelites alone. So-called Bible thumper, Bible scholar, man. You know, I'm pretty sure you having cold sweats at night. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't even sleep at night, man. All right, let's go to Psalms chapter 147. Y'all, like I said, man, y'all should know these precepts, man. Y'all should know these as soon as y'all should already know where I'm going to before I even say it, man. All right, this is Psalms chapter 147, and we're going to start at verse 19 and end at 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. Clear cut to the throat, man.
Wouldn't it be great to have car insurance that's flexible when you need it to be? At Elephant Insurance, we think
I don't know what the hell that was, but Salakia, Yasharala. All right, let's go to
Wouldn't it be great to have car insurance that's flexible when you need it to be? At Elephant Insurance, we think while many are driving less, you ought to pay less. And now you can save with our new lowered rates. Drivers who switch to Elephant already save $594 a year. Get a quote today at elephant.com.
That's never happened. That's the first time that's ever happened. Weird as hell. But Baruch, chapter 3, verse 36. Baruch chapter 3, verse 36, and it reads this: He hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved. He hath found out all the way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and Israel his beloved. All right, now let's go ahead and get to this lesson, man. I'm not trying to make this too long, but it's gonna have some weight on it, so let's just get to it. I want you to answer all these questions, Mr. No Class Won't Leave the Israelites Alone.
Wouldn't it be great to have car insurance that's flexible when you need it to be? At Elephant Insurance, we think while many are driving less, you ought to pay less. And now you can save with our new lowered rates. Drivers who switch to Elephant already save $594 a year. Get a quote today at elephant.com.
Why the hell is doing that?
Get a quote today at elephant.com.
You know what? Salaki, I ain't got time for that, man. I ain't got time to keep on going through that. I'll just pull it out through the scriptures, man. All right, so we're going to go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, I believe. Yep, chapter 14. And we're going to read verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Okay, now what can we line up with that? It says, for after death comes the... I'm not going to butcher it. Let me pull it back up real quick. It says, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. Okay, so why do we live again for? Let's see. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Let's go to chapter 3, I believe. And I'm going to start at verse 15 and I'm going to end at verse 16. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and Yahweh required that which is past. So whatever you've done in your life, your sins, whatever you have committed, he requires those sins in the past, okay? He requires all that. Now let's go to verse 16. And moreover, I saw the sun, the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Let me read that again for you, because I'm pretty sure you stopped your ears already. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So what does that mean? You saw under the sun the place of judgment. Earth, man. Earth. You cannot get this because you're not an Israelite, Vacob. Okay? You cannot get this because you're not an Israelite. What do you not understand, man? All right, this is not for you, man. All right, so I want you to answer these for me too, Vacob. Let's go to Deuteronomy, because you always try to come at us wrong with this. When we bring up Deuteronomy, and you already know I'm going to chapter 28, and the first one I'm going to read to you is verse 46, I believe. I want you to explain this to me. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. These curses, man, all these curses that we go through are going to be upon us for a sign, and upon our seed forever for a sign, okay? Now let's read verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And our people are destroyed, man. You got our people worshiping your religion, Christianity, which basically is completely whitewashed off the Bible and completely goes against the Bible. Everything that y'all try to preach in Christianity and by using our book is against it, man. Yahweh Shai is not white. His name is not Jesus Christ. And then I don't understand why the hell our people will want to worship a religion that basically puts them at the bottom, and that basically puts you devils, you red dragons, up top. When y'all the base, when you guys are the basis of men. You're the base of men, okay? And it basically says that all you have to do is what is it? What does y'all say? Is confess that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and that you're washed with the blood of Jesus Christ and you're saved, and that the law doesn't exist. But there are various precepts, especially in the New Testament, that y'all try to go off of all the time. And Paul has even stated himself. Okay? There's no way around this vocab. No way around it. The Bible is not for you. You're not an Israelite. Keep your dusty hands off our book, man. All right, so let's drop down to 65. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy feet have rest. But Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. We are the most stressed out people on the planet, man. Our feet never get rest. We have to work 24/7. As soon as we pay another bill comes. You know, we have trembling fear for our life. We don't know if we're going to be able to live another day. If we get pulled up by the police, if we're going to get shot. If we're walking down the street, if something's going to happen to us. We struggle. Okay? Do you so-called red dragons struggle? No, y'all own everything. Y'all control everything. Y'all control the media. Y'all control the entertainment business. The growth of food. Y'all control everything, man. Clothing, everything that profits and that people need. Y'all control everything, man. Okay. Mr. No Class won't leave the Israelites alone, aka Vacob alone. Like we know, I'm not even gonna go there with you, man. But like, it's something real funny about you, man. Something real funny about you, man. Like you have an obsession with us, man. Like, are you a Fruit Loop, man? I mean, if you is, you can go ahead and say it, because this y'all queendom is ran off of Fruit Loops, and y'all basically love Fruit Loops. All right, let's go to 2 Samuel, man. I want you to answer this for me too, Mr. No Class Malone, who won't leave the Israelites alone. I want you to answer this for me too. And as you know, since you always got our book in your hand, as you know, there's a lot of stuff that's always repeated in our Bible. So this is 2 Samuel chapter 7, and this is verse 10. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time. Has that happened yet? That basically means there's going to be peace on earth. The Israelites is going to rule. They're going to have a peaceful kingdom, and it's going to be forever. Has that happened yet? Isn't there wars still going on? People having war and everything else. Isn't there wars going on right now in the so-called Middle East, as y'all call it? Let's go to 1 Corinthians. But yet we not the true people of the book. That's the spirit, man. Turn right to it. First Chronicles chapter 17, and I'm going to read, I believe it's verse 9. Also, I will ordain a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, and they shall dwell in their place, and shall be moved no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness waste them anymore, as at the beginning. No more. So it basically states in the Bible that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is going to put his children back in their homeland, and they will have rest, and they will dwell in peace forever. And the children of wickedness will no longer touch them, come near them, or do anything to them no more. Has that happened yet, Mr. Vocab? Has that happened yet, sir? Has it? You know, you red dragons are the real niggas, man. Y'all are the real niggas, man. When y'all get mad, y'all get redder. Y'all get redder and redder when y'all get mad. And when y'all get sad, y'all get pale. And when y'all get cold, y'all turn colors like blue and green. Y'all are the real colored people, man. And y'all are the true niggas, man. Okay? All right, let's go to 1 Corinthians, because oh man, the Gentiles can be saved. The Gentiles are the non-Israelites. Okay. Let's see if you're right, Mr. Vocab. This is light work, man. My 11-year-old boy, 11-year-old boy can do this, man. Can cut you with the scriptures, man. As long as he's been studying to show himself approved, man. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, and this is verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. 1 Corinthians verse 12, verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Okay? Now let's go ahead and let's jump to James. Let's go to James chapter 1, verse 1 real quick. And let's get the understanding of that. James chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of Yahweh, of the Lord, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which were scattered abroad. Which were scattered abroad. That means to all nations, man. And once you start living in these other nations' lands, and you start taking on their customs year after year, decade after decade, you start to fall out of your own heritage. And that makes you a Gentile, man. I was a Gentile before I found out who I was, man. Prime example. The brothers that, the elders and the elder apostles were Gentiles before they found out who they were. And you know what? No, that's not true. The Gentiles are non-Israelites. They can come back into the fold. Okay, let's go ahead and go to let's go to a book that you don't like to acknowledge, Mr. Vocab. Let's go to 2 Maccabees real quick. 2 Maccabees chapter 6, I believe. And I believe that's going to be verse 6 if I'm correct. Yep, verse 6. 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbaths. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. Neither was it lawful for a man to confess Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself to be a Jew. And you know what? I forgot one that I got to bring out back in Deuteronomy, because y'all stolen our heritage, and y'all have made us proverbs and bywords. So let me bring that out, because I can't just go ahead and speak it without showing it. You know. Jeremiah, Slakia, damn. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord Yahweh shall lead thee. Yeah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah did it, but y'all took away our heritage, y'all stole our land, y'all stole everything that was given to us by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, renamed us as so-called words African American, so-called Mexican, so-called Hispanic, so-called Latino, so-called Native and Seminole Indians, so-called Black Indians, Black Seminole Indians, and furthermore, and etc. Those are not nationalities, and those are not heritage. Those are names that you didn't get. Matter of fact, y'all red dragons named every people in the nation. Y'all renamed everybody just so you can hide yourself amongst them. Y'all took away everybody's heritage, and y'all became everybody else. Y'all became y'all became Moab, Ammon, Israelites, the so-called Europeans, the Russians, the Japanese. Y'all became everybody, man. Y'all the devil, man. All right, let's go to Zechariah, man. Zechariah chapter 9, I believe, verse 6, I want to say. Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Who's in the land of Israel right now? It's not the real Israelites, not the biblical Israelites, the Amaleks, the Philistines, the Turkish, Esau, Edom. That's who's in our land. Okay? Nothing has happened. That there's no peace on the world right now. It's torment, torture, and mourning. You wicked red dragons are running the world in complete wickedness, man. All right, let's get Joel chapter 3, verse 2. Let's get Joel chapter 3, verse 2. Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will lead Salakia and will plead with them. Therefore my people, Salakia, I kind of butchered. Let me start it over again. Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. This is the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. This is not my words, okay? And that's happening right now. He's starting to bring everybody to Jehoshaphat. All right, let's get Lamentations. Let's get Lamentations chapter 5, I want to say. Lamentations chapter 5, verse 2, I believe. Yep. Lamentations chapter 5, verse 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. The real Israelites are not in the land of Israel, man. Jerusalem, Mount Zion. We are not there. We are scattered across the Americas and across the other four corners of the earth, man. So what do you have to say about that, Mr. No Class won't leave the Israelites alone, aka Vacob Malone? What do you have to say about that? What are you going to try to debunk? You going to try to bring another bulldog, another nigger woman against us? Which the last couple videos you did, there was no precepts out of the Bible being given. You can't go off your own vain opinion, man. You know what? This wasn't even in part of the lesson, but let me go ahead and bring it out. Because I think you forgot this, Mr. Vacob Malone. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahweh giveth, that Yahweh in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. And this is why you can't speak that, Vocab. I'm gonna show you why you can't speak that. I've already showed you why. One reason why. Well, actually, 4 reasons why. Because you're not an Israelite. You're a demon. But this is also another reason why you can't you can't understand it. That's why it's one reason why you can't understand reincarnation, and then why that you're going into captivity, and that the salvation is only for the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. There's no light in you, devil. It's only darkness and wickedness in you, man. And you know what another thing is too, man? All y'all people that come up against us and put so much obsession and so much oppression against us, man, and I try to do everything y'all can to debunk everything that we say and that we bring out of the scriptures, man. We are gonna toss you around like a rag doll in the kingdom, man. We are gonna work you to the bone. You be lucky to get 1 hour. Matter of fact, you be lucky to get 10 minutes of sleep. And the only time you're gonna get rest is because we have to give you rest. It's gonna be on a Sabbath day. That's gonna be the only time. But other than that, if I can make it possible, I will only give you 10 minutes of rest each day. And you'd be lucky to get that. But Mr. Vocab Malone, we're going to toss you around like a rag doll, man. Everybody going to have their time with you in the kingdom, man. And we're going to enjoy it. Okay? Only got a few more going right here. I got a couple more, then we'll wrap it up. This wasn't intended to be too long. All right, this is Jeremiah. I flip right to it, man. That's a spirit, man. That is the spirit, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, and I'm going to start at verse 33, and I'm going to end at 34. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go, and they refused to let us go until this day, man. We got to have a passport to leave the country, and then we have to come back. If we don't come back, they're going to send people to come get us. Now, if we're free, why was the the emancipation, I don't want to say it wrong, but y'all brothers know what I'm talking about. Why was the slave trade basically gone from private ownership to the government if we're free? Why do we have social security numbers, and why do we have to sign contracts if we're free? Why do we pay property taxes if we're free? Why do we pay for water when water falls from the heavens, man, if we're free? Why do we have to ask our oppressors for everything if we're free? Because we're not. I read on verse 34. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquieted the inhabitants of Babylon, the land of confusion, which is Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, and Rome, all balled up into one. The land of confusion, of great confusion. I can marry this bench right here if I want to. I can marry my backpack. I can marry that leaf. I can marry a grocery bag. I can marry that dog up there, up the street that person's walking. I can marry my Nikes on my feet if I want to. I can, do all type of abominable things in this kingdom, man, because that's righteous to y'all, man. All right, let's jump back to Jeremiah chapter 30. Verse 16, and it reads this: Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all thy prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Now, when has all nations, all it's 18 nations, including Yasharallah. When have all 17 nations gone into captivity all together as one? Never. But Israel has been slaves to every other nation under the heavens. Okay? So what does that refer to in the New Testament? In Revelations, Mr. Vocab, what does that declare to? It's something that you probably don't. Turn it off. I don't want to hear this nigger speak. Turn it off. That nigger don't know what he's talking about. He's a nigger. He's not an Israelite. He's a nigger. Damn niggers. We should have never let those niggers read. God damn it. Why do we let them read? Revelations. Y'all know where I'm going to. Revelations chapter 13. And you know what? Just to be a smart ass, I'm gonna start at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And we patiently waiting for that day, man. And trust and believe, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, has not forgotten about his saints. And he's going to redeem us, man. You know what? I got this. That's going to be the last one, but I got one more I want to bring out in Revelations, because I know you're going to try to debunk that. But I want you to explain this. I want you to explain this to me too, Mr. Vocab, since you know everything. We don't know nothing. Since us niggas, as you call us when you in your quarters by yourself, because I know you call us niggas. Since you know everything, please tell me this. Revelations, chapter 21, starting at verse 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Explain those precepts for me, man. I did my best, you know, within the matter of 30 minutes to make this to make sure this lesson wouldn't be too long for you, man. So I just want you to please explain those precepts to me, since we don't know what we're talking about, Mr. No Class Won't Leave the Israelites Alone, aka Vocab Malone. You know, I want you to explain those to me, man. Since you know everything, man. Explain those to me, man. Our salvation is nearer than we believe, brothers and sisters, man. And I just want to say before I close this out, the water, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, the water, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, the water, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, for everything that you've done for us and for everything that you will continue to do for us and for everything that you bring forth before our eyes to give us more faith and to give us more hope and to strengthen us through these trials and tribulations that we have to go through and are about to come among us, man. And I just want to say to you also, Mr. Vocab Malone, for water to you too, man. Keep on doing your job, man. Keep on deceiving the 2/3, which is just giving us more hope and more faith that we are going to make it in these times to come, man. Thank you, you devil, for doing your job. We appreciate it. But when it comes time for our salvation and for the kingdom I'm just lost for words right now. When it comes time for our kingdom to be lifted up and to be established and to start, we are going to give you hell, man. We are going to give you hell, but it's going to be righteous. But we're going to give you hell, though, man. You're going to feel it. We're going to make sure you feel it. Okay? And all you other demons, too, you elites, all y'all people that basically had y'all foot on our necks and that basically keep y'all foot on our necks and keep on putting pressure on our necks, we're going to give it to y'all, man. We're going to give it to y'all. So with that, Lord willing, Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing, y'all were edified off of this. And I already know the devil's not going to answer back to this, man, but this just furthermore is let you know that you don't know what you're talking about, man. The Bible was not given to you. It was only given to the 12 tribes of Yasharallah. All right? So I'm just going to say, Kol Halo Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakradash, Wa Abad Babal. Shalom, Lord willing, to the next one.